Hi, Chuck Etheridge here. Exciting week 7 in English 3301. This week is all about completing the field guide. Now, we're going to focus completely on peer review. And peer review is where people read your work, evaluate it, make comments on it. You take those suggestions, decide if they're helpful or not, make revisions, and then prepare your final draft. Now, all this week is going to be peer review. Your final draft is due October 15th, which is a week from this coming Tuesday. So, I don't want to get that confused because I'm making this in advance, but final draft is due October 15th. Now, I know I've mentioned this before, but regular review is part of your writing. In addition to being a professor, of course, I'm a regular technical writer. And I get so much review, feedback, information. Hey, you need to add this. Hey, I like this. Could you clarify this a bit more? That I don't even have a lot of ego involved with getting comments about my work. And that's an important attitude to have about professional writing. When you are making suggestions, you are not criticizing the person who wrote it. You're not criticizing the work. You're talking about taking a product, which is what you've written, and making it better for the client. And so you need to be very specific, not, oh, this is good, it flows nice. And you certainly don't need to get your feathers ruffled if somebody makes a suggestion. This is a regular part of professional writing. So this week, by Tuesday, I want everybody to have all of their major project 1 loaded. Everybody needs to have their work uploaded to Blackboard by close of business on Tuesday. By Friday, everybody needs to have received a peer review from at least 2 classmates. So, work needs to be up by Tuesday. Peer review needs to be complete by Friday. And then the following Tuesday, the 15th, that's when you turn in your final draft. So, I'm going to talk a little bit about some basics here about how to turn your work in. Now, I'm assuming at this point that all your field guides are done, your reflections done, and your references are done. So, the way we're going to submit this work so people can respond is through the file exchange in Blackboard. The way you get to this, you go to Blackboard, you get into groups, and you'll see that there are 2 groups. Major project 1 peer review, major project 2 peer review. Obviously, we're doing major project 1, so you need to sign up for this group. So you go in here, you click on Major Project Review, and you sign up. Okay? So we're in, we've signed up for Major Project Peer Review. So now we're in this group. And the group, when you all start, all of your names are going to be in this group as well. So I've got my work. I want to do file exchange. So we need to upload our work. Now I'm going to upload 3 files. I'm going to add a file. My first file is going to be my reflection. So I'm just being silly. I'm going to call it Corn Dog's Reflection. And I'm going to, just so you know, it's not really me, not something I have to respond to. And then I'm going to go to where I've got it saved. In this case, my desktop. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to open it. And then I'm going to upload it. Now, that's one document. I'm going to add another file. And that's going to be my field guide. So I'm going to browse my computer, upload my field guide, and it's there. And then I'm going to add my references. Okay. And I've uploaded my documents. And once my work is done, it's pretty straightforward. Now, my classmates need to come and give me feedback. And I'm going to talk a little bit about how to do that as well. So what's going to happen is Tuesday you're going to upload your work. And then hopefully students will download your work and give you feedback. If you don't have feedback, ask for help. If you've posted your work, go ahead and use the email function, email the group, hey, could 2 people please give me some peer review as well? And the way it works is thus. Now, you've got 3 documents, 3 things to peer review. So in this case, let's look at the reflection. We're going to get this. We're going to open it in Word. Now, some of you all know how to use track changes and comments in Word. Some of you don't. If this is new, it's good information. If not, go ahead and use track changes. So what I do is I click on Review, and I click on Track Changes. I want to turn on Track Changes, and I want to show markup. What does that mean? So Project 1 was an insightful outlook on the promise of a probable career path. Mathematics and or physics professor at a research institution. This is actually pretty good, but generally 1-sentence paragraphs aren't well developed. So we could do 2 things. Let's just say I wanted to make an editorial change. I'm going to say and something like that. You see what happened when I started doing it? It showed what it was before, draws a line through it, and then it adds the new word as well. So this lets you see what the changes are. Now, just a little trick. You go back to here, view. Review. You track changes, and you show no markup. Then you can see what it looked like originally. But we want to show all markup, so what the changes are as well. And we would go through, and that would be one way to do it. Another thing to do would be to add a comment. So in this case, rather than rewrite it, I would say, go back to review, and I would say add a comment. I would say, this is a 1-sentence paragraph. Either develop your ideas more or combine with another paragraph, because it may not need to be in its own paragraph. I don't know. So the reference sheet is comprised of an interview I had with the chair of the math department, Dr. and a handful of online codes of conduct from the American Association of University Professors at MIT, as well as National Science Foundation's Guide to Writing Proposals. Now, some basic things. What's MIT? And we could say, oh, hey, put in a comment, what is MIT? Or we could go ahead and spell it out. And the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and then put parentheses around MIT. Notice the comma goes inside or outside of the parentheses as well. Looks like I misspelled Massachusetts, as well as the National Science Foundation's Guide to Writing Proposals. Now then, I would say NSF, because that's an abbreviation that is used later. So whenever we use an abbreviation, the first time we use it, we need to explain it. And I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you see how what I'm doing, I'm making comments for clarifications. And this is a good draft. I'm not going to lie. It could have been done better, so this is good work. I'm trying to really make thoughtful commentary on to make it better. I'm not saying it was bad to begin with. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to use track changes and comments to respond to my classmates' work. And then when I'm done, I'm going to save it. And we're going to follow a very specific naming function. I'll show you this in just a moment. So we're going to call this Corn Dogs Reflection. So author's reflection with Chuck's comments. You see what I did there? Author's document with the name of the peer reviewer as well. So we're going to save that, and then we're going to do that with all three of the references, the field guide, and the reflection as well. The references, you may not need to make a lot of commentary on it. On the other hand, hey, I know APA, I know MLA, the references aren't right, then you can make some suggestions as well. Same thing with the field guide. You might have changes made, you might have not, but at least go ahead and download, review of the comments. And even if you don't make any comments at all, go ahead and save it as, author's field guide, author's references with my name's comments, so I know that you've given peer review as well. This is really important because if you look at our syllabus, peer review is a significant portion of the grade. So it's important that you post on time so you get some points. It's important that you give peer review because that's a part of the grade as well. That adds up to about, throughout the course of the semester, about 10% of your grade. So review is very important. Again, it's a straightforward process. You upload your work, I download it, I make comments, and then now when it's time to go back, I'm going to add a file, and I'm going to say corn dogs reflection with Chuck's comments. So, and I'm going to browse my computer, and I'm going to find that document, and I'm going to upload as well. So when I go back, I'm the author, Corn Dog. I go back and I say, okay, I can find my file because it's already got my name on it, and I see Chuck's comments. Okay, as well. So we do that for all three documents, for two authors. So, again, straightforward. I upload my three documents by Tuesday. By Friday, I peer review the work of two of my classmates. What does that mean? You've got two classmates, each of whom have uploaded 2 to 3 documents, the reflection, the field guide. Some of you all will use references. Some of you will have your references contained completely within your field guide as well. But you upload your documents Tuesday. By Thursday, you have downloaded the work of 2 of your classmates, made extensive corrections and comments on it in Word, using the track changes and comments function, uploaded them back the way I've described, with author's name of document, Corn Dog's reflection, Corn Dog's field guide, Corn Dog's references with my comments. And that's the business of this week, to get your draft up, to give solid peer review of other people, and again, using Microsoft Word, the track changes function, and the comments function. If you have any questions, let me know. Getting down to it. Look forward to seeing what you come up with. Final drafts.